Hello, my name is Tyler Thornton. I did my persuasive audio podcast speech on regulating technology. Um, I believe it's a very important thing because with a lot of the things that happen in the world today, it's because that technology isn't regulated, and we could stop a lot of things that do happen if it were regulated by the government. Um, to start off the story here about me personally, that happened to me whenever I was younger, and if maybe technology was more regulated, this probably wouldn't happen to me or my mother. So what happened was it was around Christmas time, like 2012. My mom, she got me like my first ever cell phone, right, the iPhone, and I was so hyped. I was like, oh man, my friends, like, they all saw my iPhone. I was like the coolest kid in the world. And I could play games, I could text and photos, make phone calls, whatever. And my mom, she had given me her credit card information, and I had implemented it on the phone so that I could like buy games or buy like in-app things. And then one day I was on the internet on my phone because I discovered you can go on the internet, and I was looking for like some information about a game or something, and then these weird messages coming across the screen saying like, "Oh, you've been hacked," and like all these weird photos started coming up, and I told my mom immediately about it. She called the police. It was like this big thing. But like my point is if it were more regulated and more like had more of a protection against it between like younger kids like that, and it probably would never happen. And my mom would never have those charges put on her account that she didn't want. You know what I mean? Um, this topic is pretty relatable to us as college students because we all use technology in our day-to-day lives. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Tumblr, TikTok, all that stuff. I use to text your friends, call your loved ones back at home, all that good jazz. But even then, like, just doing that, people can pull information off of you, and it doesn't look good because they can just use that against you. So if they were to regulate technology a little better, it would even better protect you, and even a job per se. Because right now they have a lot of AI programming going on, and with all the AI programming, it's taking away 1.8 million jobs um, from humans because they're all very like repetitive and reluctant jobs that they don't need people to do, because why pay somebody whenever you can just have a machine do it for you? You know what I mean? So that's why if we were to regulate technology, you'd be able to slow that down a little bit and, save some jobs or even save yourself. You know what I mean? I'm very credible for this because I'm also a computer science major, so I know a lot that's going on with regulation of technology and regulating what we can do with technology. Even myself, I think we should very much regulate the technology because of what is out there and what can be done to you, and where we're going with it. I feel like we don't fully understand the capabilities that we have with technology, and with that being said, it's like we just need to slow down because we're going at a really fast rate that we don't fully understand yet of what we're doing. What I want for you most to remember about this topic is that we've become very dependent on technology, and that we take for granted like things around us, like what's more important than technology, or what's going on in the world that involves technology that you should be focused on. School, or um, your mom, your family. Like just what you want out of life, and not so much like glued to your phone and causing these bad things to happen to yourself. Um, Right now, the biggest problem is that we have no regulation on anything when it comes to technology. We face a lot of problems that no one realizes until they come. A loss of jobs is already starting to happen because of AI programming. It just allows machines or robots that will do the job or task automatically. When the company saves money because they're no longer able to pay you. Like, why would they want to pay an employee whenever they can just have a machine do it for them and save themselves the money? Even your own security as well as a problem, because we see AI building its own IPs, which is like an intellectual property, and ownership. So it's pretty much building its own mind. So then we kind of feel like we're out of control when that thing is starting to like learn how to adapt to things by itself that we didn't tell it to do. Because then eventually, it could overrun you. You know what I mean? It can just be like, oh, like, I don't need to listen to this thing, if it starts building its own mind. If we were to do a regulation on technology and a regulation of what we can create with technology, would most likely slow down the development and interest in technology, and it can most likely maybe even help us rebuild and trust the accountability in technology. Even though we all use it every day, most of us know it's not very trustworthy for the reasons I've stated above. A regulation on what we could create with technology would help us as a species tremendously. As of right now, it's predicted that 1.8 million humans are going to lose jobs due to AI programming. If we had a regulation on what we could create, the program would most likely help hundreds of people not lose their jobs, and to help people not lose their identities to online terrorists such as myself or my mother that I talked to you about earlier. There are many benefits to regulating technology that we don't really see because of what we use technology for every day. Like you can still do everything that you want to do, like call your sons, your moms, your dads, whatever. It's just like regulate what you do, like with like your financial info, your social security info, all that good jazz. I think it's most important that we all learn that we have a life outside of technology, and that if we continue at the rate we're going, there's going to be eventually no need for like personal interaction. Like I won't even have to come to college. I can just do it all from my phone. Like I'm doing it right now. I'm doing the speech from my phone and just recording it. There won't be any need to cook, clean, or do anything like that we do now. That we won't be able to learn or adapt or anything, because all these machines are just going to do it for us. Another great benefit would be we can slow down advancement and learn about what we're really doing to ourselves and the world that we allow the technology to come into. We should always be in control of what we create and what we're doing with the technology that we have, versus not knowing what we're doing, like how we're doing it now, and just kind of praying, hoping things work together, and it comes into play. So my action step to you for say is that right now we currently have no regulation on anything, and there probably will never be a regulation. But if the day ever does come to vote on a regulation, take that vote and think about it. Just think about what life is really meant to be for. We're not meant to be glued on these kind of things. And just think about the benefits that you could have to, not always being glued to your stuff. Just live your life to the fullest and always be in control of your life, and don't let, all this stuff going on around you be in control of it. But that concludes my speech. I hope I persuaded you to one day regulate the use of technology. Thank you.